What if Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters actually existed back in the 90s? You know the Huntrix, right? That legendary trio taking down supernatural threats while serving iconic looks. But what if I told you that the Huntrix actually existed back in the 90s? And they were hiding in plain sight as Korea's first-generation idol girl group? Today we're diving deep into S.E.S, the group that defined an entire generation and became the blueprint for every female K-pop artist that came after. Before we go any further, let me introduce you to S.E.S if you don't already know them. S.E.S comes from the first letters of each member's English name, the S from Bada's C, the E from Eugene's name, and the S from Shu's English romanization, Shu. Debuted in March 1997 under SM Entertainment, S.E.S wasn't just a girl group. They were Korea's first manufactured idol girl group in this modern sense. Think about that for a second. The entire K-pop industry as we know it, it starts here, with these three women.
자, 하나, 둘, 셋.
At the time, Korea had no template for this. There had been girl groups before, but not in the form of idols like we know them today. The music industry was dominated by male groups. 1997 to 2002, S.E.S dominated Korean pop music in a way never seen before. They set records, won awards, and most importantly, they proved that three women could unite an entire nation and reshape the music industry forever. Let's break down each member because understanding them is key to understanding S.E.S's success. Bada, the leader and vocal pillar. Born in 1980, Bada was the oldest and undoubtedly the group's leader. Her voice, technically flawless. Her stage presence, commanding. Bada was the vocal backbone that held S.E.S together. She could hit any note, command any stage. Her stage name means ocean, vast, deep, and powerful. Eugene, the visual and charisma. Born in 1981, Eugene became an instant icon with her ethereal, angelic visuals. But don't mistake her for just a pretty face. She had charisma that transcended looks. S.E.S wouldn't have reached the heights it did without Eugene's presence. She was everywhere in the late 90s. Commercials, variety shows, magazine covers. She was the face of S.E.S. Shu, the emotional heart. Also born in 1981, Shu was the group's emotional core. Her voice carried a raw vulnerability that could move people to tears instantly. Beyond the perfect idol image, she connected with people on an emotional level. People didn't just admire S.E.S, they loved them, in large part because of Shu's warmth and authenticity. Three women, three distinct roles, three completely different strengths. Together, they became unstoppable.
그네요.
네.
패션 디자인도 하고 싶은 건데 또 특별히 하고 싶은 게 웨딩 드레스 만들고 싶어요. 그래서 둘이 결혼할 때 웨딩 드레스는 내가 원하는 디자인으로 내가 만들어줄게. 언니 역시.
When we talk about S.E.S's impact, we must discuss their most iconic songs. Dreams Come True from their second album is a perfect example of their artistry. This ethereal, futuristic track was actually a remake of Like a Fool by Finnish female duo Nylon Beat. Producer Yoo Young-jin enhanced it with new melodies and rap elements to match S.E.S's sound. The song was so iconic that S.E.S covered it in 2022, introducing S.E.S's masterpiece to a new generation of K-pop fans. Then there's Love from their third album, a song that captured the sweet emotions of first love while expressing the growing sincerity of a young girl's heart. With its bright and hopeful lyrics, it resonated deeply with countless fans during that time. And we can't forget Running from their fifth album. This song has become an anthem of hope itself. It gives courage and encouragement to students facing exams every year. And to this day, it's used as background music on broadcasts whenever people are overcoming adversity. It's become the soundtrack to hope itself. Before S.E.S succeeded, there was an unspoken rule in the Korean music industry. Girl groups cannot succeed. Too risky, they said. Not enough market, they said. No chance compared to boy groups, they said. Then, S.E.S's debut album sold over 600,000 copies. The industry's trajectory changed. Suddenly, every label wanted their own girl group. Finkel, Baby Vox, first-generation girl groups started pouring out. And these weren't just S.E.S. copies. Each brought their own color, built their own fan base, wielded their own cultural influence. But the path they walked? That path was clearly paved by S.E.S. Without S.E.S., there would be no girls' generation in the 2000s, no Twice in the 2010s, no New Jeans in the 2020s. S.E.S. They weren't just a girl group. They were a revolution in Korean music history. They were pioneers who showed the potential of female artists. They became both the memories of one generation and the role models for the next. If you witnessed their stages in the late 90s, you'll remember it. That perfect harmony, that passion, that energy. The reason they were the greatest group of the 90s wasn't because they sang well or danced well. They were great because they changed everything. S.E.S. The women who opened a new era of Korean pop. Their names will be remembered forever.